Today I'm going to show you how to build a hot tub for your backyard using a stock tank that you typically would find on a farm. I'll show you how to wrap the stock tank in cedar so it looks more like a cedar tub, only without the leaks. Then we're going to talk about how to heat the water with a method called thermal siphoning. The first step to our hot tub project is to make a platform. Start by placing the stock tank upside down diagonally on one end of the 4x8 sheet of plywood. This will enable you to get the platform and the cover out of one sheet of plywood. With your pencil on an angle, trace around the perimeter of the stock tank. Then cut it out with a jigsaw. Now that I have the platform cut out, I'm going to create a base out of these green treated 2x4s in the shape of an elongated octagon, attaching it with screws and glue. I trimmed the 2x4s so they were flush with the edge of the platform using a jigsaw, then a router with a flush trim bit. On the bottom of the stock tank, there are several molded plastic areas where you can attach the wood blocks. Cut 4 wood blocks and adhere them to the bottom of the stock tank with construction adhesive and screws. Next, place the platform on the bottom of the stock tank and center it from left to right and front to back. Then draw a line on the platform around the perimeter of the bottom of the stock tank. Now apply construction adhesive on all the blocks. Place the platform assembly back onto the bottom of the tank and secure it with 1 1/4" screws through the plywood into the blocks. To insulate the stock tank, we're using 1-inch pink foam insulation. Measure the sides of the tank for how much insulation you'll need. Then measure around the perimeter of the half circle on each end. A piece of string works well for this, then measure the string. Cut the insulation to size using a table saw or utility knife. Make kerf cuts in the insulation on the pieces that curve around the end of the tank. This will enable you to follow the contour of the half circle more easily. Attach the foam insulation to the stock tank using hot glue and construction adhesive. The cedar planks that are wrapping the tank have a bead and cove routed on the sides of each board. It's like a tongue and groove joint, only round. We got the larger planks, 3.5-inch boards are going to go on the straightaway, and then the 2.5 will go around the curve. First thing you want to do is tuck your first board under the lip of the edge of the hot tub. Pull it down so it's tight to the floor. Then add a square to it. Make yourself a mark with a pencil. Then continue installing boards. Now that we have all the cedar installed, it's time to talk about how to heat the water. I have this 3/4-inch stainless steel heat exchanger to heat the water. Now you can make your own heat coil, buy yourself some 3/4-inch copper, make a coil, but it's going to cost about the same as this one that was delivered to my doorstep. This stainless steel coil circulates the water in the tub without the need of a pump. It's based on natural convection called thermal siphoning. Cold water enters at the bottom of the heater and expands. Convection moves the heated water upward, pushing it through the coil and out into the tub, at the same time being replaced by the cooler water below. So, no need for electricity, just good dry wood. Now it's time to drill some holes for the supply line. We're going to use the drain plug that came with the stock tank for the cold water supply line. We're going to drill an additional hole for the warm water supply line. Wrap the threads of the pipe with plumber's tape, then stick the pipe through the hole in the cedar boards and thread it into the drain plug. Next, attach the coil to the pipe extension using a rubber coupler. Thread the pipe extension onto the upper pipe on the coil and make a mark on the cedar board where to drill your next hole. Drill a 1/4-inch pilot hole through the cedar board and stock tank. Drill an 1.25 inch hole into the cedar board. Now remove a few boards, then chip away enough insulation to fit your drain plug. Then drill a hole that fits the threads of your drain plug. Install the drain plug. Again, wrap the thread of the pipe extension with plumber's tape, then stick it through the hole in the cedar boards and thread it into the drain plug. Then attach the coil to the pipe extension using a rubber coupler. Now that I know everything fits, I'm going to pull the coil off, take it to our location and fire it up. All right, we got it all set up. We got the tank filled with water. Now we're going to light the fire. All right, the fire's lit. Now we're just going to wait for it to warm up. Our water temperature started about 50 degrees. It rose about 10 degrees every half hour. It took about 2 hours to get it up to a comfortable temperature. Water temp's at a good 90 degrees. Time to jump in. Well, that's what I'm talking about. For more great projects like this, head over to familyhandyman.com.